gozaimasu. Thank you. Hey, welcome everybody to the Wednesday evening webinar or webcast here that we're going to be doing every week. I'm glad that you're on. I'm coming, actually here, I'm with Dr. Phoebe Liu.
Hey guys. Welcome.
Josh Fields.
Hi there.
And we are here in Owita, Japan. Yoshida-san is on the phone somewhere. We just missed our flight, so we're going to be taking the next flight to Tokyo. In any event, I wanted to give you a few things that we're gonna talk about. One is moving forward. This is going to be a platform I'm going to be doing on an app called Periscope. If you don't have that app, make sure you download it, load it, get it. The reason why is I can get your questions live, real. I can do it anywhere from my phone. So it's going to be a little bit easier communication tool for us to be able to interact and have questions and answer those questions live right there on the spot. So I'll continue to be using this platform that we're on right now. However, I'm going to be also doing the Periscope. So we'll be doing it here. I'll probably have it set up. So we'll have both things going on. Anyway, just want to let you know that. But here's my topic for today. I want to thank Phoebe Liu for giving me this idea. Delayed gratification. This is something that I think is rare, especially in today's society of, put it in the microwave, hope that it gets done right away. Everything's quick, everything's fast. And there's nothing really wrong with wanting things fast and quick. I want things fast, I want things quick. But there's certain things you can't speed up, okay? Regardless of how hard you try. For example, well, at least in a healthy fashion. If you plant a seed in the ground, a seed, depending on what the crop is or what it's going to grow into, has a gestation period, meaning it has a period of time between the time you put the seed in the ground and the time that it bears its fruit, it bears its yield. It's a gestation, and you can't speed that gestation period up. Okay, there's a process that's necessary. For a lot of people, I know you are saying, Josh, I get this, I got it, but most people don't get it. I can say that confidently because most people aren't achieving success. Most people in life and around us they're not getting to where they want to go. And a lot of it has to do with this gratification, this instant gratification. And, Phoebe and I were walking down the streets of Owita last night. It was raining. And we're talking about what has happened here in Japan. This is 3 years, folks. 3 years we've been on the ground here. And it's just finally going into pre-launch, and that's going to be on the 19th of July, at least Japan time. So I guess the 18th for those of you on the West Coast. Finally, okay. And I hear it all the time. People say, "Oh man, you're so lucky. You're building Japan. It's and there's rooms full of people. There's all this stuff happening." But it wasn't always that way. Okay. There was many times Steve and I came out here, and we were going into the smallest little villages, just talking to people and explaining the vision, sharing the products, doing the same thing we do back home. In fact, it's a lot cheaper to do it in your neighborhood. Let me just tell you. You have neighbors, I'd imagine, right? You look down the street to your right, walk out your door, look down the street to the left. I bet you there's houses or apartments or buildings that people live in. Okay, that people are. They're a lot easier to go see than taking a flight, halfway across the world and spending all the money to do that, and then the language barriers and all this type of thing. My point is, this was a process, and what everyone wants is, I've discovered in this profession of networking, in secret, we want to go sign somebody up and pray to God that they go do what we ourselves aren't willing to do. That's what we want. We don't really say it. But really, that's what we were hoping for. We're hoping that our presentation lands on good ears, and that person, that man or that woman, goes and just does it. They go and make it happen, and we sit back and collect the money and go, whew, yeah, I sponsored that person. I made them. I trained them and I taught them, and we want the glory for it all. And maybe that's a little. Well, no, that's the truth. That's what I've seen with most people. Most people, they go out there and they really want to succeed. They really want to do it well, but what they're hoping for is someone else to do the work. And I got to tell you, my friends, if it's to be, it's going to be up to me, right? You got to repeat that slogan. If it's to be, it's going to be up to me. You've got to be the one that decides right now that you're going to do it. You will until, there's these little sayings I used to say to myself all the time. And I think now they're just an ingrained neuro pattern, I will until, I will until, I will until, or if it's to be, it's up to me. These are things I would talk about nonstop, consistently. Okay, and it's very important to have these philosophies that drive you, that move you, because there's going to be many times in your career you're out doing the thing, right? Doing it, I will until doing the I will part, which is presenting your opportunity, sharing the products, demoing the products, being excited, introducing to other people, and you're not going to see the yield. You're going to be staring at blank faces. People like, you've seen that face, right? They just don't get it for whatever reason, and that's okay. It's part of the process. It's just part of it. I can't tell you how many times we've done this. We've gone back and forth to different cities all over the world now, sat down with people, and most of it didn't yield anything. Most of it had, or at least it didn't yield the way I thought it would yield. People didn't jump up and say, my goodness, I'm going to be in your business. I can't wait to, go out there and build an empire. And people just, okay. And sometimes a presentation that you do is a seed, right? It's planted in someone's mind. And that seed may not start to take root and may not start to really grow in that person's mind for a couple months, maybe even a couple years. But our goal is just to continue to plant the seeds. We don't know which seed's going to grow. We don't know the gestation period for most people. Everyone's different. So let's not have that that instant gratification mentality. Let's delay our own personal gratification with full confidence and faith that if we keep planting enough seeds and watering those seeds and cultivating, that we will have a harvest. This is certain. And don't put a crazy timeline on it. Again, you can speed up your chances of having success faster by simply planting more seeds and being consistent, because there are a percentage of seeds that grow faster than others, right? It's in the math. And I talk about this a lot, the mathematics of it. And, it's a great paradox in our business that, this is a numbers game. It truly is. You got to be Johnny Appleseed, out going planting seeds, planting seeds, planting seeds. But people aren't numbers. So yes, this is a numbers game, but people aren't numbers. So what do I mean? In the planting of the seeds, sometimes the watering and the cultivation is getting to know people, getting to know who they are, what's important to them, making certain that you're inviting them out to the events, introducing them to other people. This is the cultivation of a seed in this business, the seed in the mind of a man or a woman who may potentially be a partner, may potentially start to replicate your behavior. And here's a great question at the end of the day. Really, ask yourself, if everyone on my team did what I did today, would I be successful? How much would my business yield if everyone on my team did what I did today? Now you may say, well, Josh, that's easy to say because for you, because you have a team and I don't. I'm brand new. Maybe I'm by myself. I don't have anyone yet. Or maybe I've got one or two people. And look, then if that's the case, I want you to think, when you do have 1,000 people, when you have 10,000 people or 100, whatever your mind can believe right now, when you do have a body of people, when that's there for you, if everyone did what you did, would you be successful? That's really the question you want to continue to ask yourself. And so what does that mean? And how would I say yes to that? You'd say yes to that by how many seeds you planted that day. Okay, because at the end of the day, our job is to plant seeds and water and cultivate. And if we do that, the great news about life is, the miracle that happens in life is God does the rest of that stuff. Like for example, we have the sunshine, we got the rain, we got the soil, and we got the seed. You and I don't have anything to do with that, right? We don't make seeds, we don't make the sun, okay? We don't make the rain, we didn't make the dirt. But what we can do is plant. We can do, that's our part. We can plant. Now here's the great news. Once we plant, we water, and cultivate, that seed's growth has nothing to do with us. And many times we believe that it does. Many times we go, well, my team's not doing anything, or, these people aren't having success, and it's my fault. No, it's not. It's not your fault. Provided that you continue to plant by showing an example, 1. 2, you continue to cultivate and water, which means what? That you're inviting them out to events. You're constantly keeping up with them, whether they're interested or not, following up. Hey, by the way, before you make your final decision, did you know about this event? Did you see this new video? I know you're not interested, but look, I got this new video. I'd love your eyeballs on it. I'd love you to get your insight on this video. How does it make you feel? You know what? Before you make your final decision, I want to introduce you to my good friend, Dr. Phoebe Liu, my good friend Yuchi, my good friend Josh Fields. I want to introduce you to somebody else. That's cultivation. That's watering the seed. And again, a lot of times we don't realize what that's doing, but it's growing roots beneath the surface, and you don't see the roots because they're under the soil. And as we do it over and over and over again, one day, bam, it pops up out of the ground and it starts to grow. And that's your new business partner, someone who's like, all right, I get it now. I see it. They didn't see it before. Maybe they were blind before. They had their family, their children, their career, other business enterprises clogging up their mind. But you watered enough, a sufficient root took place in their brain where they said, you know what, secret is the way. It is the way out for me. It is the way for me to get more time with my family. It's the way for me to be able to travel more, give back more. I see it as a vehicle now for me to achieve my success. And now what? Well, now they're going to need to copy someone who is actually doing the business. And if that's you, yes, you can look back and say, if everyone did what I did today, I'd have a successful business. If it's not you, that's where we start to have a challenge. And that's where a lot of people get. Again, they plant the seed and they want someone else to water it. They want someone else to cultivate it. In fact, they want the seed to just jump up out of the ground and go plant a bunch more seeds because they're lazy. And it's not that most of us are lazy. I think it's most of us that we have unrealistic expectations in this business. This business is work. It's consistency. And as long as you're consistently following the pattern, which is present your opportunity, demo your products, okay? Share the vision of where you believe this is going. Tell success stories, tell other people's stories. Hey, so-and-so, Josh Wiles, tell Josh Wiles' story, tell Brian Cook's story, Michelle Jones' story, tell the stories of the people that you know about. Tell Nicole Wong's story. These are successful people. Tell their stories, okay? Introduce them to as many people as you can. Promote the next event. And then find out who they know. Get referrals. Who's your best friend? Who can we go show this to? Look, I'm on a mission. I'm on fire. I believe that this is the vehicle that's going to help me get me to where I want to go. I believe it can help you get there too. But listen, if it's not for you, that's all right. Who do you know? Who do you know that's looking for an opportunity? Who do you know that, at the very least, would at least like to take care of their skin better? Ask for referrals. And if you're doing that consistently every day, at the end of the day, guess what you get to say? You know what? If everyone on my team did what I did today, yes, I'd be successful. Just think about it. It doesn't matter about your results. That day, you may plant a couple seeds and see nothing. No one says yes. No product sold. No recruits. In fact, it could even look like what's looked like a couple times on our adventures where people just say no, not for me. And at the end of the day, you think, man, if everyone did what I did today, I'd be a failure. Man, I'd be even worse off because there'd be more no's. No, not true. Because if everyone did what you did today, the math suggests, the compounded nature of this business suggests that a number of those people are going to say yes. That, my friends, is inevitable. It's inevitable. So again, as long as you're really keeping the main thing, which is going and showing the business to people, sharing the opportunity, like I just said, at the end of the day, you're going to say, you know what? If everyone did what I did, I'd be successful. So delay that gratification. Have confidence that if you just plant enough seeds and you cultivate and just follow this pattern consistently, that you will have success. 100%. It's not up for debate, my friends. It's like if you work out every day, 5 days a week at least, for 3 solid months, there's no argument that you're going to be in better physical condition then than you are now. It's not up for debate. If you do that for 3 years, it is night and day. There's no one that can argue with me about that at all. I know you can't. So here's the deal. Just know that your daily disciplines, are going to affect your life more than anything else. And things you do every single day, they don't seem to make a big difference right then when you're doing them. But as you compound that over time, it makes all the difference. And again, guys, I'm in Orita Airport. I apologize about some of the background noise here. We're in Orita, Japan here. We got, again, Phoebe Lou and Cheetah-san and Josh Fields over here. I just wanted to let you know you can achieve success. I know, and I have no doubt in my mind, but you got to get in front of people. You got to do it consistently. It doesn't matter whether they say yes or no. Again, you don't really know when you plant the seed. You know, the no may look like it's not growing, but it is growing roots. Okay. Again, the most important event anyone can be promoting is Ignite. And if you haven't registered for Ignite, make sure you register for the Ignite convention. I don't care where in the world you live. That is the event you want to be at. We're talking about it here in Japan. It doesn't matter. Wherever you are, promote Ignite. Every time you sit down with someone, every single time. You say, Josh, you mean if I'm just showing someone the products, I should talk about Ignite? Absolutely. Again, be a master promoter. Always talk about it. You never know. Okay, you just don't. Talk about it every